Okay, this is day one of me starting some seeds in a little greenhouse that I bought off Amazon. I wanted to document this process because I've never gardened or grown vegetables or fruits or herbs or anything. So I really wanted to start working on my yard, working on making it, I like to say, a chicken oasis. Just a place where my chickens will have yummy plants to eat and we can enjoy some vegetables, and we'll see how this goes. So this area is a top part of my yard where I used to have the chicken coop, and I moved it. Well, we built another one, and this area had a lot of sand because that's what I had in the run of the coop, the run of the chicken coop, and I had to rake all the sand and somehow have to get it out of my yard, which I don't know how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to put some raised beds up here. So I have this part sectioned off for the growing of the veggies, and then I can block the chickens from coming up here to get the vegetables and then plant stuff elsewhere for them to eat. So hopefully keep them out of here. But I wanted just to document it and see how it goes. So today is March 5th, and I will take you inside. I'm going to zipper this up right now. It's really windy today. I'm in Southern California. I am zone 10B, I believe. It's either 10A or 10B. And I ordered seeds coming from a company called San Diego Seed Company, and they will be here on Monday. And I just picked a few. I thought I'd start really small and just see what happens. So I planted these seeds I bought from Home Depot. So I bought nasturtiums because they are supposedly easy to grow and chickens can eat them and they will grow in abundance. And then I didn't realize that I had a little pack of basil, which I have basil coming from that other company as well. But let's see how it goes. I watched a ton of YouTube videos just to see how to seed start, and I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed, and I will update you with the process or the progress. And man, it's windy today, so fingers crossed. Happy planting. Till next time. I will show you where my raised beds are going to be. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I posted just that I had purchased a greenhouse, which is right here, and inside are some of my seed starts. So I know nothing about gardening, and I really wanted to give it a try because I wanted to turn some of this space in my yard into something useful and grow some food for my family, some veggies, and also grow some stuff for my chickens. So this will be the area where my raised beds will be. I'm going to have two of them, and I went to Tractor Supply today to get my cattle panel to make the trellis. So I wanted to show you that anytime I take the tiller out and till up some dirt, these girls follow. They love it. That's how they dust bathe. That's how chickens take a bath and keep themselves clean from lice and mites. They do this cute little thing. But I came out here, it's about 5 o'clock. I'm in Southern California. I came out here to level this so I can set up my raised beds, and lo and behold, the second the tiller came on, they all came out. So at some point when I get it all set up, I will give you a tour of my yard. So stay tuned for progress. Thanks for watching. Bye. All right, I'm back with another update on my raised beds. So the video or the clip you just finished watching was towards the end of March. And now I have my raised beds set up. Initially, I did have them the width, like the widest part, I had it facing north and south. But then I did that for room's sake. But then I realized the way I wanted my cattle panel trellis and just other variables, I had to switch them. So now the widest part is east to west. And I have my two beds set up. I've done this a couple times because this ground, no matter what I did, it just wasn't level. And I don't want to say doesn't matter what I did, but I didn't do it properly, so I had to level everything out again and then put them back. So right now I'm filling them. You can see that one over there. I'm filling them, And then when I'm done filling them, we're gonna set up the cattle panel trellis, which the cattle panel's right there. I have my T-posts, and my husband's gonna help me with that part. You can hear my chickens in the background. It's like egg laying time. So if you know anything about chickens, or if you don't, when one lays an egg, they egg song. So they do their little noises, and then everybody joins in like a cheering section. It's like the cheer squad. So I would love to show you, like pan over to the right and show you the yard, but it's a disaster right now and I'm a little embarrassed. So I'm just gonna show you this, and then I will pan around this way to show you. This is the other half of the upper level part of my yard. I have a tangerine tree and a lemon tree and a stump that I tripped on the other day and beefed it, just face planted. Luckily, I was carrying a bag of compost and I landed right on top of it. Anyhow, these are my salad bars, I call them, for my chickens. It's cover crop. It serves for me two purposes. One, it's helping to improve the soil. I'm in Southern California, zone 10B. A lot of our soil is like really clay impacted and hard. And so I grow cover crops. It's just, if you could like look it up, it's one, it grows and the chickens love to forage through it. As they're eating, they till because they scratch with their little feet. And then two, just growing anything anywhere improves your soil. So that's what I'm doing right there. And I had a friend of mine, her son made me these wood frames and then just stapled hardware cloth. So yeah, so let me tell you about my soil real quick. I'm gonna walk over there. It is a mix called Mel's Mix. It's was created by Mel Bartholomew, who created the square foot gardening system, which is absolutely genius if you're a beginner. Oh my goodness, it's like just so easy. Just look up some YouTube videos. You're basically gardening by square feet, and in his book, I believe they're on like the 3rd edition. He has since passed, but he was a civil engineer. Long story short, civil engineer, retired, wanted a hobby, and started volunteering at his local community garden. And then he realized that gardening in rows was wasteful, in the sense that you plant like this big long row of whatever veggie or fruit, and come harvest time you had so much that it went, it would kind of go to waste if you didn't have somebody to give it to or a big family. And so he came up with this square foot gardening system where you mark off your raised bed or whatever section, you section it off in square feet. And then in his book, he tells you like how many of each veggie you can plant in each square foot. So it's just really streamlined, really smart, and you get the most for your space. So I am making his mix. It's a third vermiculite, a third peat moss, and a third of mixed organic matter, like chicken manure, steer manure, earthworm castings, mushroom compost. I couldn't find the mushroom compost, so I only did steer, chicken, and earthworm. So you mix those three together, and then it's I guess really good. Like a lot of people use this system, and they just like swear by it. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. I'm mixing it. It's been a little bit of a challenge because of the chickens in the yard, and I let them out. Are you gonna go in? Okay.
I think a bird pooped on me.
Oh no. Okay. All right. See ya. That was my daughter. She was out here with me, but she's gonna go inside. She said she thinks a bird pooped on her. Okay. So anyhow, I am mixing it, and then it's been a little bit of a challenge because, like I said, I have the chickens out, which I just should have left them in their run, but I like to give them as much time outside as possible because, who wants to be locked up all day? I know I don't. Anyway, I'm mixing it and then lugging it up here, which I could just come and do it up here, but chickens, they follow you everywhere. So anyhow, I'm probably making it harder on myself than need be, but that's what I'm doing today. when I finish filling these two, I don't know if I already said, but we're going to set up the cattle panel trellis. It's going to go right in between these two beds, like over top. And then I will be planting my cucumbers and squash. Cucumbers on one side, squash on the other, and then they'll just grow over the trellis. So that is ideally what would happen, but we'll see. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing today. And stay tuned for more updates. I think when I come back next, I will have planted everything or put it in the ground. I have so many things that are ready to go in the ground and come out of my little greenhouse. I need to get a table of some sort and put it somewhere where I can block it off from the chickens so that the seeds that are already established and growing really well can get out into the sun and the fresh air and start hardening them off and getting them ready to go in the ground. So, and I learned hardening off is, and I googled everything. So hardening off is when you take your seedlings, they're already established, they're growing, and you want to get them ready to put into the ground. So you take them out, you like span it over maybe like a week. You take them out, leave them out in the sun for about an hour, take them back in, and then the next day 2 hours, and so forth and so on. And then by the end of the week they can stay out all day, and then you have hardened them off. So they have acclimated to the weather, the sun, the cold, the wind, and all that sort, and then they are ready to go in the ground. So I will probably be planting the majority of what I have going in about a week. So I have some stuff out right now that I'm actually keeping an eye on because I have it elevated away from the chickens, but if they even spot anything green, those girls are gonna devour it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and come back for just more updates. And I'm still crafting, sewing, and embroidering, but I've really been spending a lot of time outside. It just really helps mentally. This last couple years has been challenging for a lot of people, myself included. Physically, I had a knee replacement that didn't go too well, and I'm going to be having a revision done in June. Having the kids in lockdown, being like laid off, and then went back to work, and then surgery, being on disability, kids going back to school, and just all that. It's really been tough for a lot of people, and I know I kind of struggled just a little bit. Well, I don't know, maybe more than a little bit, but I was able to get outside with my chickens and in the yard and doing stuff physical. And so like I said, I'm still crafting, but I'm just trying to expand my outdoor activities a little more with what I'm able to do with my bum leg. But anyhow, my heart goes out to all of you moms and dads and kids, parents that had a hard time this last couple years. I truly send my love and support, and I hope that my videos or my little adventures, my hobby, helps somebody in any way, just to be encouraged and be hopeful and motivated, I guess. So anyhow, so stay tuned for more gardening adventures. I'm going to be doing some carrots. I'm going to show you this other part in my next video. I do have some other smaller raised beds that a friend of mine, her son, made for me. They're like taller. They're about 3 foot by 16 inches. But anyhow, I'll show those in the next video. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my gardening. I like to call my little garden the diddly squat garden because I know diddly squat about gardening. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye.